So we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. I just, as sort of a follow up to last week, we talked about Halo Infinite and its removal. For me, Halo Infinite was a really big deal in terms of it was going to be a launch title for Xbox. And last generation, the launch titles were abysmal. You had Rise for a couple months until Titanfall 2 came out. That was pretty much it. But I sent you guys a link to a GameSpot article from Jordan Rame. And it just lists the things that are going to be present at launch and the things that are going to be added shortly after launch. And just I have two quick questions we can hit real fast. One, how big of a hit is the loss of Halo Infinite in this collection of games? How much does it actually matter? And two, which game are you most excited about from the launch lineup?
The loss of Halo, absolutely massive. I mean, like, obviously, Halo has been a system seller for Xbox for a long time, since the original Xbox. So for that to be not just outside of this launch lineup of games that are coming out on the day of launch, but outside of even the at or around launch, it's not on this list either, right?
Right.
So I think that's a big hit. Now, look, launch lineups are vastly unimpressive, really, regardless. So I don't get too hung up on this stuff. I also think this list is kind of incomplete because I don't see Madden on here either, and Madden is going to have their updated like Series S PS5 update coming out, and I think you're going to see a lot of like Series X enhanced updates coming for existing games and stuff like that.
Some have already been announced.
I think this matters a lot less, especially given what Phil Spencer said about like they're not leaving behind the Xbox One S in all of this either. But yeah, so I'm not too concerned about what's here as far as what I'm most excited about. Like, I don't know, Fortnite. I'm just kidding. There's nothing here that's like calling my name. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Big Boy Roy says Yakuza and Legion are about all I'm excited for. Watch Dogs Legion is going to be cool, but like it's coming out. Is the full release even like on PS4 and Xbox One on the 10th as well?
Yeah, it's on all of those.
So yeah.
Yeah, Halo is obviously the thing everybody had pegged the Xbox launch lineup as kind of coming with. So it is a massive hit. There's not much more that I can say about that. I'll miss it. Yeah. But I am glad. I'm always glad for delays, honestly. Obviously, I think for the quality of the game, at least, not necessarily for the health of the developers involved. But I'm gonna be honest. The only game I'm gonna be playing, it comes out after the 10th, but the only game I'm really gonna be playing around this time is Cyberpunk 2077.
Is that on this list?
It's not. It launches the 19th, but they've already announced an enhanced version for next gen.
Yeah.
Like an update or whatever it'll be. That's literally the only thing I'll be playing for most of the fall. So, but of the games they have on here, I will say Yakuza looks rad. Legion looks extremely ambitious. We talked about that quite a bit before we took our hiatus. And then we didn't talk about Valhalla when the details were announced, but Valhalla looks fun. It looks like a lot more Odyssey just with Vikings, and so I probably will end up playing that as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth pointing out, like, and that article points it out too, like, it's not like these are the only games you'll be able to play because of Game Pass and because of like their backwards compatibility. You'll have a massive library to play, which is where this stuff really helps them. Like whatever the PlayStation, we have heard. I don't think we've heard much about what the PlayStation launch lineup is, and I imagine that will be hurting a lot more for things to play day one than Xbox will.
Parappa the Rappa 4.
How can I forget?
I don't think that's a thing, but
yeah. So the loss of Halo, like that, like you said, that is the system seller, and nothing else on this list I don't think is a system seller. So it's big in that way. But as an Xbox guy, I look at this list and I feel a lot better about it than I did last generation. Like there are a lot of games here that I would like to play, even if I might not necessarily buy a system for them. And as far as what I'm most excited about, it's real weird, but it's Everwild. I don't know why the game just it's calling to me.
Everwild looks awesome.